Palermo isn't just one neighborhood, it's a lifestyle. Some call it the Soho of Buenos Aires, others call it Hollywood South, or it may feel like something out of Central Park in New York City. Or you may be transported to cherry blossom or sakura season in Tokyo. But whatever you call it, Palermo is where this city reinvents itself daily. Let's drive past the obelisk. If you only have one neighborhood to explore outside of the typical tourist circuit, make it Palermo. Welcome to Palermo, the trendiest, artsiest, most deliciously walkable neighborhood in all of Buenos Aires. In this vlog, we're spending one unforgettable afternoon here, discovering why Palermo is the beating heart of modern Argentine culture. The trains. Are we in Central Park in New York City?
I'm here at the Parque Tres de Febrero. It's commonly referred to as Bosque Palermo, or Palermo Woods, because of how big it is. It's 400 hectares. It reminds me a lot like Central Park because of the vastness of it. There's no way that we're going to be able to explore the entire thing today. We only have an afternoon in Palermo, and come on, it's winter time, so the sun's not going to be out too long. That's such a great idea to rent one of these boats to go around this lake. This is amazing. This isn't even the full extent of the park. First things first, got to be careful of all the runners and walkers along the track here. There's a lot of them, but hey, that's cool. I love it. I love it when a city invests in health like this for the public, where there are actually places for them to exercise. This area used to belong to Juan Manuel de Rosas, who was a strongman. He was defeated, as you could guess it, on Tres de Febrero, or February 3rd, 1952. And then in 1962, the government seized his land, and then it became a park. That's a great way to take a strongman's property, right? One of the cool features about the park is that they have these viaduct arches. And on top of them are train tracks, because there were train tracks that used to run along the park, but since they didn't want to interrupt the park or, the aesthetics of it, they built these elevated railways so that way the train can continue to run and then people, still have their park. It's a great use of space. So underneath these arches are cafes and shops. Talk about a multi-purpose or multi-use area of public space. Not a square meter wasted. Looks like there's a train up there. I've never seen anything like that. How they just had great planning, great insight to put stores underneath the railway tracks. I love how even a city as big and urban as Buenos Aires, you can find green space. And there's plenty of green space here in Parque Tres de Febrero. Now it looks like those geese over there are taking a little siesta. Hey, this is a great place to take a siesta right by the lake.
Seriously, it reminds me of Central Park because there are ponds there. Just need a hot dog cart.
Now coming up on El Rosedal, or the Rose Garden. There's not going to be much to see right now in August as I'm filming this because it is wintertime and they're just planting the roses. That's this way to the Rose Garden, so we're going to take this Paseo, or path. Yeah, I don't expect to see any roses right now, but I wanted to check it out because they say that this is one of the most beautiful places in the park. Yikes, this is a park within a park. I mean, this is just like the Rose Garden, the Rose Park, but it's within the Parque Tres de Febrero. It's over here that we want to get to, so we'll try getting over there, but you can see there's other stuff to look at. I mean, they got some lakes and then other walkways. Winter is a time for hibernation and regrowth. So not much to see at this moment in the middle of winter in Buenos Aires, but you can imagine if you come back here in the spring and summer, you can imagine how beautiful this garden would be with the roses in full bloom. I mean, you don't get to appreciate the process of growing roses because oftentimes we just see the roses as is. We don't actually see what they look like from the very beginning. Oftentimes we just expect the finished product, you know, all nice and packaged, but we don't understand that it's the journey to getting to the product or whatever result you're looking for. Oh my gosh, is this really made out of marble? You know, there are no roses today. At least we can enjoy the Greek bridge.
Right now, I'm standing on the Greek bridge, one of the most photogenic spots in Palermo's park. From here, you get this incredible view. On one side, the lake where you can rent paddle boats and watch people rowing, and on the other side, the famous rose garden. In the spring and summer, it explodes with thousands of roses in bloom, and even if you're not here during peak season, the pathways and pergolas make it a beautiful walk. The bridge itself adds a little European flair. You almost forget you're in the middle of a massive city. It's one of those quiet moments in Palermo where you can slow down, take in the scenery, and really appreciate how green Buenos Aires can be.
Then during the spring, they have plants coming down on the archways, but not right now because it is wintertime. Looks like we have some unexpected guests in the rose garden. Parque Tres de Febrero? Yeah, definitely a third space. Just in case you were wondering which direction, yeah, we're going in the correct direction and the correct lane. I had some workouts that were scheduled earlier in my trip here to Buenos Aires, and I wish I had known about this park. Certainly beats running on the treadmill for 9 miles, ick.
Now I see why there isn't much obesity in Buenos Aires despite everyone eating steak and medio lunas or croissants. When you have a big outdoor space like the Bosque Palermo, you have plenty of opportunities to move your body.
Are those real cherry blossoms? They are real cherry blossoms. I mean, I see bees going into them. Is this travel vlog about Tokyo? No. Remember, we're still in Buenos Aires. The Japanese garden is not free, so you do have to buy tickets. So for non-residents like us, it's 13,500 pesos.
The Japanese garden is still on the grounds of the Parque Tres de Febrero, but I feel like we just got transported to Tokyo.
Okay, they made it loud and clear that we are not residents, but hey, I'm okay with paying for full price because whatever it takes to upkeep the garden. I don't know where to look. Everything is beautiful. I've been to many Japanese gardens outside of Japan, but man, this one has to take the cake.
I'm going to feature more of the Buenos Aires Japanese garden in a separate vlog, so make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you know when that vlog drops.
A lot of my friends went to Japan and Korea to check out the sakuras or cherry blossoms during March and April, but I didn't this year, so this is my own way of making it up. Like if I sent this clip to my friends right now and tell them I'm in Japan, they might believe me, but no, they wouldn't because it's summertime in Japan. But out of context, if I sent this video clip any other time, they might believe that I'm in Japan. I love how all the residents there are trying to create their own green space by growing plants on their balconies. That looks like a really cool place to eat, but it's still kind of early for dinner. Palermo is one of Buenos Aires' coolest and trendiest neighborhoods.
Palermo is more than just Parque Tres de Febrero. Let's go explore more of it. I know we just left the Japanese garden, but is that Godzilla? As we head into Palermo Soho, the vibe shifts right away. Walls covered in colorful murals, shop fronts painted in bold designs, and every corner packed with cafes and boutiques. This is the artsy, creative heart of Buenos Aires, where even just driving through feels like you're entering an open-air gallery.
There are two subsections of Palermo, Palermo Soho and Palermo Hollywood. And I'm here right now in Palermo Soho. It's supposed to be like Soho in New York City, where it has a artistic, cool, hip vibe to it. However, in driving up here, it reminds me more of Los Feliz in Los Angeles, which is also pretty artistic. But we're going to check out a few areas here in Palermo Soho. So we're going to start off with the Paul French Gallery. Oh, I love this. I love how they have all these plants on a railway, because that's one way to transport them into the store. So far, my impression of Palermo is that they have a lot of green spaces, but what if you took the green space inside?
Welcome to Paul French Gallery. It might sound like a museum, but it's actually one of Palermo's most stylish lifestyle spaces. The entrance is lined with greenery, almost like you're walking into a secret garden. It's one of those spots where the design starts before you even get inside. Once you're in, it feels like a curated little village. There are home design stores, clothing boutiques, and quirky lifestyle shops, all sharing the same space. It's a mix of European elegance and Argentine creativity. And then, of course, there's food. Small kiosks serving coffee, snacks, and light bites, so you can turn a shopping trip into a cafe break. There's even a kiosk for Cocu, which we will visit the flagship bakery next. At least it's here if you want to sample it.
Even though we didn't go shopping for houseware, it was still cool just to walk through the gallery and the green space.
It's not just about buying things, it's about hanging out in a space that feels beautiful and inspiring. Walking through Palermo Soho, it does feel like you're in a trendy neighborhood with some high-concept stores and cafes. Is this a hair salon or a bakery? I'm confused by this forward business model.
Are we in Argentina or are we in France? We are here at the popular Cocu Boulangerie.
Cocu is a French-style bakery that's become a Palermo favorite. You'll spot it right away by the line of locals grabbing their morning coffee and croissants. The vibe inside is warm and bustling, with that unmistakable aroma of fresh bread. Their media lunas are legendary, buttery, flaky, and just sweet enough, and they've got a full spread of French pastries, sandwiches, and coffee to keep you going.
And here it's a croissant, not a media luna. I got fresh bread. Too bad I'm not carbo loading for a marathon right now, but I definitely would come here if I did. Oh, and they have all sorts of eclairs here. Of course, they have the classic chocolate eclair, but because we're in Argentina, you gotta have an eclair with dulce de leche. As our trip to Buenos Aires is rounding out, one thing I do regret is that we didn't spend enough afternoons getting café y media luna, or coffee and croissants. This is perfect. Spending time here in Palermo where there are plenty of cafes for an afternoon coffee and croissant. Cocu is known for their croissants, so I'm glad that we were able to get it. So I got mine with scrambled eggs and bacon. Yeah, I don't care, it's the afternoon. I like breakfast anytime. And Jason here got the chorissant. So it's like a choripan, but it's inside a croissant. So I love it. I love the blend of Argentine and French cuisine. And here's another fusion for you. I got the dulce de leche latte. So, of course, in honor of Argentina, right? Jason here got a Cocu, but it's like I want to say strawberry or some sort of very blended drink.
What I love is how Cocu blends French tradition with Argentine cafe culture. It's not just a quick stop, it's the kind of place where you sit, chat, and let the afternoon drift by. Very Palermo.
They're all about fashion here, not fast fashion, but things that are curated. And guess what? I can read that, 50% off. Okay, that's great, but I don't have any room in my luggage. If I were smarter, I would have packed less clothes. That way I had room to go clothing shopping here in Palermo.
Even if you don't plan on going into the stores and buying things, at least it's fun to do some window shopping. Is that a revolving display of alfajores?
Even their kioscos all looking hip. Antiche Gelateria, or is it Gelateria? Probably Gelateria. I know I just had a croissant and a dulce de leche latte, but you know what? I still want something sweet. Back to bringing green spaces indoors. Loving the wall here. They even have the Dubai chocolate, or they call it chocolate Dubai here. Believe it or not, I'm not a huge chocolate person, but I gotta admit, wow, that looks rich. 80% cacao, because we're in Argentina, so we have to get the dulce de leche. Here's a combo you don't see every day. Kiwi, banana, and maracuya, or passion fruit.
Another thing you don't see in the States, gelato sold by the kilogram. Metric system for the win.
So we got the biggest serving, which is a 1/4 kilo. Do you know how much a quarter kilo is? Yeah, it's half a pound. So we got half a pound of gelato. So we ended up getting the kiwi banana maracuya, and then the chocolate naranja, so orange chocolate, and of course the dulce de leche. Not bad for 8,500 pesos. How nice. They gave us a lid, so we're gonna take it to go to our next destination. Okay, I guess I kind of understand how they're calling themselves Palermo Soho, because Soho does have a lot of clothing boutiques that are very unique with their fashions and their designs.
As if we didn't have enough sweets for the afternoon, here's a chocolate shop. Bet you they have dulce de leche chocolates.
You know, this is very dangerous to have them side by side. So we're here in Plaza Serrano, in the heart of Palermo Soho. And this space is good just, to hang out. Definitely is a third space. And a good place to enjoy our gelato.
By day, it's a hub for markets and street vendors. By night, it transformed into one of the liveliest bar scenes in Buenos Aires. It's one of those spots where there's always something happening. And that's why Plaza Serrano was a perfect place to pause and soak up the neighborhood vibe while eating gelato.
And make sure to walk down the alleyways for street art.
Palermo Soho is like an open-air gallery. Every corner, every alley, every wall has something splashed across it, from bold political messages to playful characters to massive colorful murals. The street art here doesn't just decorate the neighborhood, it defines it. It's part of what makes Palermo feel so alive and creative.
I don't know, they call it Soho, but I don't know, it's still giving Los Feliz vibes to me.
Just walk around and you'll stumble upon these colorful walls. Whether they are referring to New York City or giving off what I think is Los Feliz vibes because I'm from Los Angeles, there's no doubt that there's plenty of personality in Palermo Soho.
Say adios to Palermo Soho. We're gonna cross under the bridge and head over to Palermo Hollywood. Oh, it's Hollywood all right, but really digging this Tiffany blue, so it's more like a breakfast at Tiffany's type thing. Okay, so it's kind of a strange sense of humor. We have Prince Harry on the body of a merman. Okay, I don't get it, but it's Hollywood. And Prince Harry did move to Southern California and trying to break it into Hollywood with Meghan Markle. We are officially in Palermo, Hollywood. It's called Palermo Hollywood because there's a bunch of TV and film production companies set up here. I do see a difference from Palermo Soho. So first of all, things aren't as colorful over here. There's not as much street art. However, it's still an upscale, trendy neighborhood with plenty of places to eat. Lots of dining options here, but we're still full from our coffee and croissant. I know they call it Hollywood, but it's giving me more West Hollywood vibes. See, this is giving me more West Hollywood vibes. Now, if you're from LA, you totally get it. And if you're not from LA or haven't been there, well, just go check it out. One thing I will admit since we're here in Palermo Hollywood is that right before coming to Argentina, I did watch Love is Blind, the Argentina season. It was a great series, but all the couples, they were a hot mess.
Palermo Hollywood isn't just for day trippers. Some of the city's coolest boutique hotels are here. One of the most talked about, though, is Casa Sur, where Liam Payne from One Direction sadly passed away in 2024. His death was a shock to fans around the world, and even now, people still stop by to leave flowers, notes, and small tributes outside as a way of keeping his memory alive. Even though I'm a bit older to have enjoyed the band One Direction in its heyday, I'm more of a Backstreet Boys girly, I still felt emotional when I heard about his passing and wanted to pay my respects. It's a reminder that travel isn't just about beautiful places, it's also about the human stories tied to them. For many, Casa Sur is both a hotel and a quiet memorial.
The sun is going down, we're about to lose daylight. So ends our afternoon here in Palermo. Whether you're into cafes, restaurants, shopping, or green places, Palermo has it all.
I know we didn't spend much time in Palermo Hollywood, so I hope you got a sense of the neighborhood from the sampling. I'll tell you what though, it seemed more restrained than Palermo Soho. So what makes Palermo special? It's not just the bars or murals or fancy brunches, it's that it reflects the now of Buenos Aires. Creative, chaotic, stylish, and full of life. Palermo is where you go to feel the pulse of the city. It's a neighborhood that doesn't ask you to sightsee. It asks you to stay a while. And really, you'll want to. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment with your favorite Palermo spot or one that you're dying to try. And don't forget to subscribe for more adventures around Argentina and beyond.